The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.
Well, a little bit worried about this dating show because a couple of reasons, really. Joined by Jacqui, an older woman.
Excuse me, just watching the age thing here. We're talking about older women.
And we're talking about sort of women's body image when dating, and also, you mentioned HRT. Let's move on to that in a minute. Let's take one step at a time. So this, as an older woman...
I am an older woman.
As an older
I'm
woman...
not saying how old, but no. I'm older.
How old are you actually, Jacqui?
Do you want the truth or what I tell everybody else?
Well, let's have the truth.
Okay, I'm 61.
61, and what do you tell people?
51. Actually, people tell me, when I say I'm 61, when I go to the passport control at airports and they look at my passport and date of birth, then they keep looking at me and looking down again and looking up again and looking down again. So I take that as a compliment.
So why do you feel you need to tell people that you're 10 years younger than you really are?
It's actually a bit of a joke because I've just told you how old I am.
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun. But if you have a young mind, I think a young body goes with it.
Okay. And... Okay, so you've had a look at some of this research about what women are worried about when dating and their body image. So just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it says they look at themselves in the mirror and they don't like what comes up from the reflection on the mirror. And they're not confident with men in bed. They're worried about how men think they look. So they're turning their lights down in periods of intimacy. And I think that's pretty sad.
And that's sort of as they're getting older. Is that true?
It is. Well, ageing is a process that we're all going to go through. For women, it's slightly different than men because suddenly, at a particular time in their life, they lose the hormones that kept them looking young. So the estrogen and progesterone that were feeding them while they were having children and being younger have now gone. So suddenly their body's lacking something. And so older women, if they don't take something, if I talk about HRT now, if they don't take this HRT, they lose those hormones. So you get a redistribution of weight, so it goes into the thighs and the bum and everywhere else that they don't want it to go.
Yeah, and you're actually on HRT.
I am, and I've been on it for many years.
Yeah.
And I notice the difference between myself and women of my equivalent age. They keep looking at me and say, oh, it's not fair, you're so lucky, your genes are better. But actually, I do work hard at it. And I think women who work hard at their bodies actually, even if they are not on HRT, they will feel better for themselves. It's the endorphins you get when you actually exercise. Yeah.
Okay. And so what does this research show? That women are worried about what, their legs or their bum? Or
they're worried about their stomach, their thighs and their bum. They make the top three. So 69, 41 and 34% respectively. So stomach comes first, and that is probably due to fat being laid on the stomach. And again, on the top of the thighs and the bottom. And they want the image they had when they were younger. So it's a tough act to follow. But if they put their mind to it, a lot of women don't. Maybe they don't have time. Maybe they have busy jobs. It is very hard.
But when an older woman is dating on olderdatingonline.com, or what advice would you give them to sort of exercise more, try and just be a bit more positive? What would it be?
I would say, exercise more. And you don't have to go to the gym every day. You can have your own little 5-10 minute program of exercise every day. And actually it makes you feel better. And then when they feel better about themselves, they feel better about dating guys. I mean, it's very hard because there's all these younger women out there, looking gorgeous, and they think, oh gosh, I'm getting older, who's going to fancy me? But actually, it's just about it is about what you look like, but initially it's the personality and the happiness that shines forth from them that will actually make it for them in the dating situation.
Yeah. Okay.
And not being frightened of what men think of them, because it's very difficult. Older men can date younger women so easily. But you very rarely see an older woman dating a younger man. I think they should all go out and get some young toy boys. I think they'd feel a lot better.
Yeah, thanks, Jacqui. Well, thanks for that. That's all good stuff. And you look great for 71.
Excuse me, 51.
The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.